Hey y'all. So we have a special live today. We're gonna be talking about a serious story named the gentleman's name is William Sasha Riley. And he has an interesting story, y'all. It's about time that we get to the bottom of what's really going on with this current administration and what's going on in the world right now and in America right now. We need to get to the bottom of these lies, and we need to know what's true and what's fake.
Ain't that what we do best, Diamond?
Yes, yes.
We got the real Angel in the building. What's up, Angel?
Hey y'all. Hello.
Y'all get your
Mhm.
motherfucking your tea, your
Hey
lemonade.
Diamond.
What's
What
up,
up, Diamond?
girl?
Band-Aid Gang is back with another
Yep.
exclusive. And,
Diamond Gang up in this piece.
and y'all know we always do our research. So everything is
Yes.
still alleged. Everything is under Act 107. So what we want to do today, y'all, like Diamond said, we want to bring you an exclusive story. It's all over the internet. What's up, my boss? Salute, salute. It's
Yes,
going down.
yes.
It's going down.
Yes. See, over here we actually talk about stories and that are being told, and we let the person telling the story tell their story. We're not the ones speaking the story, they are. We're letting them have a voice on our platform.
Bingo.
And we're going to analyze what they're saying. So keep your ears open, keep your thoughts to yourself. And then when you're ready to ask questions or you want to talk in the comments about whatever you're hearing, you're free to do so.
Okay, I was gonna say, damn, Diamond, they gotta shut up the whole goddamn live.
No, they can say whatever they. You know what? This is freedom. You got the freedom of speech, right? But we're gonna listen to this story, y'all, and we're gonna hear this person right here, William Sasha Riley. Now, when I heard Sasha Riley, I thought of a female at
I
first,
thought it was a female too.
right? And it's actually a male.
Well, my name Danielle. I said, damn.
And this man alleged that he has, well, when he was younger, when he was a kid, he was violated by some high rank individuals.
Really high rank, gang. Really high rank.
Right. So we're going to let his voice speak for itself. Okay, you guys?
Well, we
I'm
can
not
get
going to.
into the Don Lemon, or we
Yeah.
can actually how did the Band-Aid gang, replay gang, y'all be in here. We can get into the Don, but we're gonna let Don just say something in the beginning of this, and then we're gonna jump to you wanna jump to the paperwork? Because what we do is do bring black and white,
Yeah, we can do the paperwork
and
first
then
before
go
we
to
listen
the
to
to
his
the explainer.
actual.
How
Yeah.
about it?
So he actually did an interview, you guys. So we're going to be playing his interview that he had with another lady. I forgot what her name is, but nonetheless, he had a long interview with someone, and he described the things that he went through when he was in his childhood. So we actually have documentation to back up his story.
Documents, gang. We got documents.
He alleged that he was adopted by the Rileys, which is a couple back in 1978. We have the adoption papers, and we also
And
have.
that, if I may interrupt, that was one of the key things that we said that we were going to do. If we were
Mhm.
going to do a show, we wanted to make sure that we had all our I's dotted and all our T's crossed. So that's what we bring y'all tonight, gang. We bringing you real shit, just for questions for people that the people that say, "Oh, well, we went and got proof. We just didn't gonna listen to interviews." That's not what we do over here, gang. We go get the
Mhm.
proof and we gonna bring it to you. Ain't that right, Angel?
Right,
I
and
said, damn.
as you know, right, the person in the White House has never sued none of the people that said they have been violated by him. Have you noticed that?
Yep.
Nobody's been sued.
Nobody has been sued. Doesn't that say a lot, gang?
Right,
But
and
let's get to the motherfucker.
he's
Go ahead.
sued a lot of people over the years, at least 4,000 times. He's sued folks, okay? But when it comes down to these victims, that have said things about him, he's never going to sue them. You know why? Because as
Why?
soon as he tries to sue them, that opens up discovery.
Opens up discovery. Didn't we tell y'all? Come on, gang, let's go.
Can we talk about this? This is so ridiculous. They want to, the Congress wants to interview, or they have subpoenaed, right? Bill Clinton, former President Bill Clinton.
Well, why do you think they wanted to subpoena Billy Clinton, gang?
Because they're trying
What?
to,
What?
point the finger at Bill to try
Well,
to get off of the person in the White House.
Trump's? Wasn't he holding Trump's was holding his penis?
Yeah, Trump was grabbing at his crotch, you guys. I know y'all
Grabbed
seen the
his
video, and
huckleberry.
it's real video of him actually patting this man's crotch.
So
Now,
what
I
was
ain't
they
never
calling
heard
him,
of.
Diamond? Let them know what. Double tap the screen. We about to turn up. We
I
not gonna
have,
stay on.
I
What's
have
his
never
name?
heard.
What they call him?
Oh,
Get here. What's his name? What did Putin call him?
oh my goodness. What, off the hand, off the rip, it was something other of um, what was it? Jeez. But anyway,
Clinton, they're
he
the only
was
ones who have
has
been
a
subpoenaed
really
and have to testify, and I think
Hold
selective.
it's
on.
He has a real selective. I can't even say it right. He has a really strong name for himself, and this man was running around here supposedly. Bubba, that's what it was.
Bubba. They called
Bubba,
him Bubba.
he was blowing bubble, y'all. Now, from
Blowing
what
Bubba, gang.
Epstein's brother said, which Epstein's brother, I believe, is actually the one that's releasing all the documents to the Oversight Committee in Congress, because he is in control of the Epstein estate as far as I'm concerned. I don't know if that's true or not, but I believe him being the brother of Epstein, he has control of the Epstein estate, and he is the one that's releasing. Because you know why? He's upset of the fact that they're saying that his brother unalived himself when he knows for a fact 9 times out of 10 he was unalived. It was a
Absolutely.
homicide.
Double,
So
double. Let's get the people in here to double tap that screen. We about to give y'all an exclusive live.
right,
So we
and
wanted.
so he also, hold on, before I forget, he also just ordered a new autopsy of Epstein. So
That
that's
part. And I'm glad you hit that. Now, did y'all hear that? What up, Mo? What up, Mo? 213. What up, gang? Y'all double tap that screen. Now. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear what she said? Say it again, Diamond. Double tap that screen.
Epstein's brother is
His
actually,
brother.
yes, his brother is actually ordering a new autopsy done on Epstein.
Do you think it's gonna
He
happen?
I believe it is, because you know what? One thing I will say is that this man is angry. His brother is very angry. And he knows that his brother was a horrible person, don't get it wrong, right? But the issue is the government is saying, "Hey, he unalived himself." When we have multiple arrows pointing to the fact that 9 times out of 10 he did. So, we don't know for sure, but he's ordering a new autopsy. So that's going to be interesting to hear from his independent analyst to find out exactly what happened with his brother. So
Let's go.
a Republican attempt to distract from Trump's involvement in the Epstein files. They want to make get away with it. And Clinton yesterday was like,
let's go.
No, we're not going to do that. We're willing to testify publicly, and we're willing to testify when everybody else testifies, including Trump. And I think that's a pretty reasonable position from the Clintons. I think they should testify because Clinton is in the files. I think he needs to answer for that. But so is Trump. So Trump needs to answer for that under oath. And
Trump has a lot to answer to.
Well, I agree 100%. But the person who really needs to go in front of Congress is Donald Trump. Yeah. And so James Comer
is saying, and I saw that soundbite. A reporter said, "Well, why not Trump?" And he says, "Trump has answered all these questions." What? Trump hasn't answered any questions.
No. No, and he's never been under oath
Not
either,
one
which I think is
question.
important. The guy
Right. And
lies
all he does is
10,000
the
times a
blame
day, so
game,
we got to
blame
put him under oath
everybody
to talk
else.
about his involvement with Epstein. And we've seen in those leaked depositions from a long time ago that when he's under oath, he talks very differently and is much more intentional.
Yeah. You know what I want to? I agree with what Bill and Hillary Clinton said, but I also agree with Bill Clinton. With his initial response was, "Just release all the files. That's it.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to say anything or
Which
do
they
anything.
only
Just release
released
all the
one
files."
percent
He's
of
not the
the
one out here
files, you
saying don't.
guys. So that you guys know, the DOJ has only released 1% of the Epstein files so far. There's still 99% of the Epstein files that has not been released.
99% gang.
Mhm.
99% that
Yep.
hasn't been released. And
And
only
there is a law
1%
stating,
has been released.
right, there's a law stating that they were supposed to release the files to the public. Now, you know it's bad if they're literally holding the files on purpose from the public.
Absolutely. So Diamond, you
Mm.
want to get into some of this paperwork. Let's get to the black and white. Let's get to the black and white
Okay, let's
before
go
we
to
get
the
into the
black and
commentary.
white, you guys.
So y'all thought that we just wanted to intro that. There's a lot more information on that. Shouts out to Don Lemon. So what we're about to do now is give y'all information.
Right. So this gentleman
Just so
said
we
he was
start the live off
adopted.
right, so people can understand what we're coming from and how we do.
Bad you talking politics. It's bad you talking politics. No, it's not bad, actually, Jay. It's important that we do talk politics because you know what? The problem is today, a lot of people don't want to indulge in the politics, and then when things go down, they don't know anything. That is the real reason why you need to stay in the know. You don't have to side with either party, but you do need to know important information,
Absolutely.
right?
Okay, guys. So let's go ahead and get into absolutely. Let's get into our videos, gang, that we wanted to show you guys today.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're gonna do is show you our homepage, what
Let's
we
see if
have
it.
here. So Band-Aid gang, here we get ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Please double tap that screen, everybody. We got a show to show you. So we can't. So one thing you cannot do. So we're gonna show you some proof on this right here. You cannot deny the fact that there is. Let's go ahead and show this real quick, everybody. Just before we start this live, just to show you that Epstein has a connection with Saschariley's father. So it's mentioned in the text message. So we're gonna show you the text message here.
Right. And
Band-Aid.
Sasha Riley's father was a pilot for Epstein and
A
Trump
pilot.
back in the day. Yep. And as you see here,
So going back and forth to the Epstein Island, allegedly
mm-hmm.
dropping off males and females. What up, Jay?
Yay. Okay, so let's get into the email, right? So this actual Jmail is specifically all the emails someone put in so that we could be able to surface all the emails into like a PDF file, like PDF. So like it wouldn't be so hard to look through all the emails. So as you see here, Jeffrey Epstein emailed someone and it's blacked out September 2nd, 2013 at 10:08 a.m. and it says William Riley.
Which is
William Sasha Riley.
bingo. William
Now,
Sasha Riley.
now why
So
would
as we
he
can
be emailing about this man if he didn't think possibly he was in he's going to be starting to talk?
so we have here, let's show you guys right here. Right here,
Now,
we
William
got Sasha's
Riley,
adoption papers.
correct. William Riley, Sasha Riley was adopted, okay? And his adopted father was the alleged person that was actually trafficking him to the current president and
And
other
that's sad. Why would you traffic
individuals.
your child to the current president, gang?
Right. I don't know. It is just sad that these two people
Now, what kind
adopted
of
him.
debt could this be? What kind of debt? Was it a gambling bet? What the fuck?
It's a sick game in this world. It's a sick game in this world where these people that go and adopt kids, they know that they're orphans or they're runaways, and they take advantage of these little children, and they think that when they grow up, they're never going to talk. But he so happened to go into the service, and he said another name, and when you listen to his interview, he mentions two names. So what I believe he did was he switched his name
Welcome, Cody.
so that he could, so that they wouldn't be able to find him when he got older. But he did say his legal name is William Saschariley. And as you see on his documents, they adopted him on August the 8th, 1978.
1978. He was
He was
adopted.
and he was born June 23rd, 1973 in Germany, you guys.
And that probably answers why his name's Sasha. Because over there they have those girl names Sasha. So there we go again. The name, yeah, he was born in Germany. They have, and y'all watch these German movies and all these movies, they name the guy names be Sasha. I said, damn.
Right, but his first name is William.
So they can,
William
what
is
was
his first name. That's his middle name is Sasha.
Sasha, German? It's still
It's
German.
still German. Okay.
Sprechen
Oh, it's
Sie
still German.
Deutsch? Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Correct.
Please
Yep.
hit that like button. Y'all get up in here. Hit that
And
like
this
button. Double tap
and
that screen over there, y'all. Double tap your screen. It's hitting the like button. Thank you guys for joining.
right. So this is actually the final order of adoption. Okay. So after that, these two individuals up on the top, um, his father and his adopted mother, adopted him, and they could do whatever they wanted with him. And as you know, that's
And I
where it
wonder if
usually
that's what they
begins.
do if the father adopted him in process of doing this. But not way back then. It just depends on how old the father is.
Right. Well, this is the thing. From what he said is that I believe his father owed some type of debt, and that's where the assaults started happening.
We need to know what type of debt this
No, we
was.
need to
We
hear
gotta
from
dig.
William Sasha Riley, and we need to hear his voice and what he went through, and we can actually put the pieces together on why he's saying these his adopted parents put him through this.
And
And
that's why we're here. That's why we
mhm,
came to you guys on live. We're gonna cover
mhm,
this in increments in pieces. So we're gonna give it to you like that because this story, we here together, Band Aid Gang. We here together. We gonna rock it down. So now we just showed you guys to start off the adoption that he was truly adopted. So all you people be like, how do you know if he was adopted? Here it is, right here. Here's
right.
his adoption papers. We just showed you Jeffrey Epstein mentioning his adopted father, the man that adopted him, William Riley. Pieces put together. So we're going to move on to the next slide. Let's go. It says right here, y'all. It says, according to the court records, 44-year-old Andrew Paul Jackson was taken into custody after authorities saw two juveniles were sexually abused over a period of months. Over a period of months, investigators alleged Johnson committed law and what is that? Lascivious acts against a
Lascivious acts.
yes against child under 12 years old. Law the lascivious acts against a child between 12 and 16 years old, exposed himself to a minor, and transmitted material harmful to a child.
Right. And you know who this person is that this slide is about? This is
Talk to
one
me.
of those January Sixers that got pardoned by the current president, you guys. This person actually just got arrested for messing with minors. This is a pattern. This is a pattern, okay? So we just want to make sure you guys know about this because this is nothing new. This man pardoned so many people that violated the Capitol on January 6th. This right here is just telling you that this man was arrested. Okay? All right.
So as we continue Band-Aid game, it says, okay, we say transmitted to a minor. He has pleaded not guilty and is currently being held at a Hernando County Detention Center. The
Correct.
case began when a mother discovered inappropriate Discord messages sent by Johnson to her son. The woman told the police Johnson was her ex-boyfriend and had previously lived in the home. Y'all get in here. Double tap that screen. So he previously lived in the home. When confronted, the child allegedly disclosed that Johnson molested him multiple times between April and October of 2024. Begin what you said, babe? Because he probably threatened him. Yeah, but he had to close it out. Beginning when he was 11 years old. Investigators say Johnson allegedly used his January 6th pardon to manipulate as a manipulation tactic, telling the child, "You just said it. You just said it." He had been okay. As we continue, let me go to the next page. Okay, okay. Hold on, and now we're gonna show you the man here. Y'all double tap the screen. And we're gonna get into some audio. I think it's right around here. Hold on, I'm gonna go back. It's coming up, y'all. My pages are spinning fast. Please double tap the screen for the like button. Okay. So right here it says, when confronted, the child allegedly disclosed that Johnson molested him multiple times between April and October 2024, beginning when he was 11 years old. Investigators say Johnson allegedly used his January 6th pardon. Okay, this is what. Okay, the
Is a
pardon. Tell,
manipulation tactic, telling the
mhm.
child he had been pardoned for storming the Capitol and would be receiving millions of dollars because he was a proud January Sixer. Authorities believe this was done to discourage the child from reporting the abuse. Johnson previously pled guilty to multiple January 6th related charges, including unlawful entry into the Capitol, disorderly conduct, violent entry, and uh, I can't read
Parjaining
it. Uh, move it over.
in a restricted building.
Hmm.
He was parading in a restricted building.
Correct.
He later attempted to withdraw that plea, but the
Correct.
request was denied. Authorities say that he referred to himself as an American terrorist and encouraged other rioters during the attack.
Right.
So, go ahead.
Th- so this is just one of the people that, and you know, this is the thing, right? As we noticed in the last, since this person been back in office,
All right.
there has been a lot of people that was affiliated with January 6th that actually have been rearrested, okay? And there is also a lot of people that are in public service that have been getting arrested for messing with minors, okay? So
Do
this
you
is
think
just
it's some kind of old? Do you think it's some skull and bone type of shit? A humiliation tactic? Something that I hold it over your head so you can stay loyal to whatever type of organization that we in. And I believe that a lot of that happens.
right.
And I believe a lot of it is filmed. They
Right.
film this stuff and say, okay, I got this on you. If you ever tell, this is gonna come out. I believe when you get into these certain secret society groups of people and you join these type of parties, that they hold that type of stuff on you. They said to
Right.
become a part of the skull and bones, that one of their rituals was that you sat in a grave and they would urinate on you.
That is so sad. But this is the problem that a lot of people fail to want to even address. We have been having a large fluctuating amount of men coming up, high end professionals now, coming up messing around with minors. Okay, so let's just look at the fact. This man, Sasha Riley, just he's been talking for years. Nobody paid attention to this man's story until recently. Okay, now we have all these January Sixers that got pardoned, and at least I think 33 or so of them have already been rearrested, and a majority of them have been arrested for messing around with minors or some type of C-spam material. So this is becoming a pattern when it comes to males believing that they can get away with messing around with children.
And the thing
So
about it is very dark. Please
it
double tap the
is
screen. We got 12 in
very
here. It's
very
very
dark.
dark to know
So
this is
we're
what's happening on the other side of America, let alone we
mhm.
don't know what's happening on the other side of the moon.
Right. So when I said that Congress has a lot of people that have been investigated into that have been messing around with allegedly messing around with minors, that is true as well, and that is coming out too in a long. It's been a long time waiting. Okay, when you have multiple people that are sitting in Congress that have possibly have done some wrongdoing and they're trying to cover their tracks. Here we go. Jim Jordan. He is a representative of Ohio. Okay. He sits in the House of Representatives. If you know, you know, he's been in trouble with knowing that one of the coaches from the school that he worked for was sexually assaulting the children. And he knew about it, didn't say anything, and he was so called supposed to be involved in it as well. So, Sasha Rowley also mentioned this man's name. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And like I said, we're gonna let Sasha Riley talk. Okay, we're gonna let this man speak his mind in this interview. And trust me, trigger warning. It's a lot for your ears, and you might get
Now,
upset by listening to
that,
what he has to say. But this is his story.
please double tap the screen, y'all. We finna get into it. Why they start knowing we about to get into it? See, they know. These people know we about to get down and dirty. Now we wanted to
Yes.
intro and pull out that black and white so we can kind of know and have some direction of where we going, so we don't approach shit blinded. So please
Right.
double tap the screen. 18 in the building. Double tap the screen before we start the commentary. Now, let's go ahead and read right here. Let's read this Diamond Gang.
I can't see it.
It's more paperwork. You know, we just paperwork heads over here. Um,
Right.
Okay, let me go into this. We got 15 in it. Thank you guys for double tapping the screen. We bringing it to you so you can see it. You can see it correctly. So this is Sasha
I can't.
Boris.
I can't. This is his picture here.
Okay, hold on, my
This
bad.
is the gentleman that we're talking about in this U.S. Army
Here it is, right here.
fatigues.
Here it is.
All right. So, as like I said before, Sasha Riley has been talking for years, and people have not paid attention to this man speaking. Okay. This is. It looks like I don't know if this is a
This
Facebook
is it says
page that
Donald
he
J.
had,
Trump.
some type of
Sasha
page that
Boris.
he
It
had
says
on a social media site. Sasha Boris, he also, this was written in September 6th, 2021.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
And it says, now I want you to pull it out. I mean, pull it back a little bit so I can read it all. The
You want me to read it or
no,
what?
I can read it, but you got to pull it.
You just want to do everything. God damn.
I mean,
Can I kick some ass? I
you
want to kick
can, but I
ass.
can't really see it as much because you just pulled it. Okay, pull it, uh, you know, a little further back so we can see all of it. Okay,
Okay, let's go.
all right. Do you want to read it or
Please
I
hit
can
that
read it?
like button. Double tap the screen, everybody. Thank you guys for coming
I
in.
can read it. It says Donald J. Trump. The first time he essayed me went like this. I got to the farm and we were walking around outside. We came upon a pen where there were a litter of puppies. I was asked if I wanted to play with one with the puppies, and I just like any other boy, I was excited to do so. I played with the puppies. They were all at the stage where they were bouncing around and were gnaw at your chin, and had the puppy's breath that's both sticky and adorable.
Okay.
All right, and it says soon after I was taken to the bathroom where I watched Donald kill unalived. I'm sorry, unalive each of the puppies one by one. One he drowned. He said he drowned some. He gutted one, and he swung one's neck.
Damn.
He experienced with each one ways of killing them. It wasn't enough for
Hold
him to
on. Stop right
just.
there. Stop right there. Stop right there. What up, Smitty?
What's up,
So
you
the, the,
guys?
the, the guy is saying Donald Trump took the puppies game one by one. Now he said because Donald Trump wanted to unalive something game
Correct.
that day.
Yes.
So here's a I said damn.
Yep. And
Said
he
that he
drowned
drowned one of
some.
them in
He
front of the
gutted
kids.
one, and he swung
Damn.
one's neck. And he
The,
said, "Hold on, I can't. Okay, I gotta try to
he
read it.
said he
It said,
gutted one, wrung
mm-hmm,
one's neck. He experimented with different ways of unaliving them.
correct.
It wasn't enough for him to just rape me. Did y'all hear that? It wasn't enough for Donald Trump to grape him. Then he carry on and says he wanted he wanted the experience to be gruesome as possible. I remember being horrified. I believed Sammy was going to be unalived in front of me by or at the what is that behest of Donald to make the next experience more enjoyable for him. Sammy couldn't endure the torture anymore. And I did as many, okay, May last post, as my last post indicated. Since she was gone, they got the next best thing. The little freckled face girl. I remember my dad saying, I said damn. Hold on. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
get in here.
So,
So unreasonable. Let's go ahead and see about Sasha. Let's go ahead and read this right here.
all right.
Give another
So
description.
this is another
Go
description.
ahead, Donnie.
It says Sasha was adopted during 1977 from the purposes of trafficking by William Kyle Riley,
And we just showed you
WKR.
William. Okay, go ahead.
Sasha was trafficked by William K.R. WKR within the Trump and Epstein ring from around about 9 to 13 years of age. Prior to trafficking with the Trump and Epstein ring, Sasha was trafficked to relatives from about the age of 6 years old. WKR worked as a pilot and a trafficker for Trump and conspirators
So
within the Trump and
WKR, excuse me,
Epstein.
Diamond. WKR for you guys know that's William.
Kyle Riley. William Kyle Riley. Okay. It said that this man worked as a pilot and a trafficker for Trump and conspirators within the Trump and Epstein and associated criminal enterprises.
I said, damn.
Correct.
Now, all of this stuff is in the Epstein files, gang. They're not going to release this shit if it ain't golden. Please double tap the screen.
Right, and they're
We want
not
to
going to release victims' names. And this sounds like he was definitely one of the victims that probably came forward. He probably didn't go like in the this man. He's been talking, but he wasn't one of the ones that been in the spotlight. He just surfaced again recently because this lady did an interview with him. Now, if we go to the next slide, you can see his adopted father. And this
There
is
he
the
is.
man.
Double
Now, what
tap
do
the
you
screen. We right
guys
here. We're
think,
not
you
playing no game.
guys? What do you guys think when you see this man? Look at his face. Does he look like he's an innocent fella?
No.
Does he look like that he means well?
No.
So this is the adopted father. This is the father that adopted him.
This is the father that adopted him.
He looks sneaky and creepy.
So I wouldn't put it past that they go find these children. That's probably a lot of the children that need homes. That's probably what they predatorize is going to adopt these children that need homes. They take them. The children don't know. And they take them and they put these kids in these places.
Correct. Now, one thing I do know is 9 times out of 10, when people are being violated, you would never know because of the image of the family. They try to come with this
Salute, Damon.
clean, this clean look,
Smitty
family
G.
look for the public. So you would assume that they're treated well, right? The entire time they're being trafficked and treated horribly. So
And
this
it's
man
sad
right
because you
here
don't
is
find out.
responsible.
That's the same thing that happened to Allie Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Then they put the MK Ultra and all that. All that shit exists, gang.
Correct.
So this is the man that adopted him.
This is the man that put this man behind here. That man that's in that uniform. That's the one he put through. Now, if you look at that man in that U.S. uh, Army uniform, he looks like just a regular fella, don't he?
Pretty much.
But he was trafficked by this man right here. See how looks deceive everybody? Looks do deceive. If you was to see them two together, you probably wouldn't think nothing of it. Oh, that's just a father that loves his son.
I said, damn.
Yep.
Don't make it feel like that. That's sad. Double tap the screen, gang.
Yeah, but I want people to understand that this is the images people be looking at. They lately we've been hearing. I have been hearing a lot of women make excuses for men. Oh, they're just being men. No, it's not just being men. This is being a pattern of behavior where they feel like that they are emboldened enough to be able to do it and get away with it. So
Yep.
now we don't want them to get away with it anymore, gang. We want people to start getting held accountable.
Yep.
And that's the reason why we're advocating for the JE files to get released. And we want to hear this man's story.
So with that being said, let me say this, Diamond. Um, so William is the father that adopted him, right? Everybody.
Correct. William Kyle
So this man
Riley
here
is the
flew
one that
planes.
adopted
This
him.
is the man that was flying planes for Epstein, correct?
And he could drive anything. I mean, he could fly anything. I'm sorry. He could fly anything from what Riley said. He could fly anything. So not just regular planes, he could fly any plane there is. So he was a very valuable asset because he can fly helicopters, regular planes, he could fly anything. He was good at being a pilot.
So the recordings that we have, Diamond, are they going to be on page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, or will we got the content, the same ones that you sent me first? or are we going from that, or what? Which one you want to go from for the people?
All right. So what I would like to do is start listening to Riley's story, and we're gonna start off with the first interview part of it, and then we're gonna work our way through because it's a lot of information, y'all. So yeah, we're just talking and we're giving you guys intel on what's going on, and we're bringing up the fact that these men have been trafficking, and it is starting to come out. It's starting to surface. Victims are getting tired of not hearing the truth coming out, and they're tired of feeling guilty of the things that they went through, and it's starting to come to the surface. Also, from what I heard, you guys, um, one of the congressmen is talking about releasing names. One of the congressmen is talking about releasing names, you guys. He's saying, "Hey, if y'all ain't gonna release the Epstein files like you said you're going to, well, we're gonna go on the floor and we're gonna all the names that the victims have mentioned, we're gonna name them on the floor."
Let's
So
get to the meat and potatoes, y'all.
yeah, it's gonna get deep, y'all.
Let's go.
All right.
That the films, at least one or two of them, were out there. I don't even know how many times I was filmed. But I can tell you that some of them are extraordinarily horrible. I can give you one instance where they were filming us. It was me and a girl that I knew that I had been trafficked with in other venues. And while we were filming, they came in and shot her in the head. So killed her, obviously. So that would be... Was that the runaway? That was another girl that I can't even remember her name. Yeah. The runaway was tortured to death in a duplex in Enterprise, Alabama. My parents did that, and that wasn't on film. Not her being tortured, but...
Wait a minute, so he's saying his daddy had done that?
Yep. Mm-hmm. So so this is just a clip, you guys. This is just a taste of what we're gonna be hearing. I want us to go to that actual YouTube page from the beginning of the interview because this lady, and I'm trying to get her
This is
name.
it. This
That's the
is
reason why
it.
I want to
This
go
is
on the
it.
page. This is this the actual beginning of it?
This the...
Okay. Okay.
Michael Bayless had talked to me about, but they went and got her because they were afraid that this was after the investigation in Tennessee, and they were afraid that they would go down for child pornography. So they were wanting to kill her, and then they were wanting to get rid of me via an accident, but they couldn't because they had already tried to kill me several times. They had the incident in Texas involving a Chevy van. There was another instance in Texas where my dad threw me into the middle of a pool and said sink or swim, and somebody saw it and called the sheriff. So there was a police report on that. And then there was a third instance in Texas where they...
See, that boy, this don't sound like no lie diamond. At first, this don't sound like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He knowing everything's a police report filed on that, y'all. I know that's right, Big Daddy. Y'all get in here. Let's go. Subscribe to the channel, Big Daddy. We doing this in segments. We gonna hope God shine down. We gonna hope to get justice for everybody. See, and I saw somebody put in the chat, this is the end of the time. Y'all, let's get in here. Let's go.
Well, I hope not. I hope that these people start getting held accountable.
That fractured my skull. Now, there may have been other things that happened as well, but I remember those three were enough that they generated an investigation.
That's right, Big Daddy.
There were enough.
Double tap that screen for the like button. Double tap it.
My dad moved from Texas to Tennessee, and then in Tennessee, and moved. They got in trouble in Tennessee, and they moved to Alabama. Got in trouble
in Alabama, and then we just moved one more time.
Thank you.
And you're talking about
Alabama.
your adoptive dad, William Kyle Riley, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have.
So she making sure. So now we finding out about. Thank you guys for double tapping the screen. Now we finding out William is the dad that adopted him, that was trafficking him, which flew planes for Donald Trump. But he can fly anything, as Diamond say. Thank you guys for the lights. What up, Mike? What up, Band-Aid gang? So what we're saying is, and what's crazy about it, he has the story accurately. So let's continue to listen. So we just adopted dad.
Correct?
So now
Alabama, and then we just moved one more time.
And you're talking
we
about
tracking, we
your
building.
adoptive dad, William Kyle Riley, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have located my birth parents. My birth mother lives in Sierra Vista, and
So is this why everything is going down in Minnesota? Oh boy, they trying to divert everything, ain't they, gang? Let's continue. It's all coming out at the right time. See, God is good. Let's go.
Father lives in Edmond, Oklahoma, but I have not reached out to either of them.
Mm-hmm.
I just, within the last year, probably 6 months, I learned where they live.
Mm-hmm.
So that, I don't know, that's just an odd dynamic for me, and I'm still kind of processing that. But as far as family goes, I have a half sister up in Massachusetts, and that's about it.
Okay. And your adopted dad, William Kyle Riley, worked
Pay
as a
attention,
pilot
gang. Let's go.
and
Was a
involved
pilot.
Yes.
integrated in
He
the
was
Epstein
involved
Trump
in
plan.
all kinds of things.
Yeah. And he worked a lot with Trump and Epstein, correct?
I know that he was around Epstein and worked with Epstein, and I want to say that he flew for Epstein, and if not for Epstein directly, like I guess the lead coordinator, maybe you would call it. But it's much more than just him as an individual. You know, it was people like him, like Trump, other people, and I can't remember, you know, like how many, but he was handy to have around because he was a part of the process, and he isn't just a like an airline pilot or something like that. He can fly anything. He can fly helicopters, fixed wing aircraft.
I said, damn. Ain't no telling what he done flew, Diamond. Ain't no telling what is. See, they get them ones, them private. I said, damn. Just like they get private jet. I said, damn. Let's go, gang.
Larger aircraft. I mean, he's you know, he's that pilot, that kind of that multi-purpose guy that could transport whatever you needed.
Okay. So
and I don't know if he ever got into the drugs.
I was just about to say that.
Talking at one point, and he had refused to do a drug run, basically, and somebody else took that drug run.
I know that's right, Mike.
Busted.
Yeah.
So I don't know what kind of aircraft it was or whatever, and it was around Florida that guy got busted at. Maybe he flew down to the Virgin Islands or something like that. I can't remember these specific details, but I can remember the conversation that my dad had talking about.
I said, damn.
Thank God I didn't take that. And because the guy got busted and he wound up, you know, huge amount of charges, 25.
So this boy, allegedly, the daddy was probably moving drugs too. You was on the right path, Sasha. That's what it sounded like. He was finna drop off a couple of bricks. Ain't no telling how much shit he done got on. He might have been a cocaine cowboy. I said, damn.
Life or whatever the heck he got. But I can remember from his perspective being nervous because the people that he was working with, he was
scared that they were going to set him up to take the fall for something to just get rid of him because he had.
My understanding is your dad was the kind of pilot that those sort of criminals would want to use because they could use him to fly anything in any situation.
Yep.
Airlift Trump out, like you said, when you almost killed Trump, when Trump was assaulting you, or fly. Yes, he was the pilot in that case. Kind of pilot. Absolutely. Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No, that's okay. So yeah, I've got, I've spoken to folks that, they look for those sorts of pilots. They want pilots that can get traffickers into situations in and out discreetly, trafficking victims in and out of situations discreetly, and victims that they killed out of situations discreetly, all sorts of nonsense. So it seems like and that's what he did. He shuttled the people, but I can remember him not wanting to cross the bridge over to running drugs. Yeah. Because in his mind, if he got caught with some people, he could just play dumb, and I was just transporting this guy's kid. So, he ain't trying to blame his dad, Diamond Game, for transporting drugs. You can tell this allegedly is a true story. It's pretty much accurate. It's kind of really let you know why so much is going on in America right now, in the country. Because
Right, and don't you hear him kind of having sympathy for his
I
adoptive
do,
father,
I
even
do,
though he put him
I
through so
do.
much?
I hear that. I hear that he's not trying to, someone that's really trying to do something to make someone look bad. He could have said, yeah, he was selling drugs too. He could have said he was moving, cocaine and all of that if he was trying to be dirty. But he said he don't know, but he know that he been molested. He knows somebody took advantage of him. If he wanted to really just be dirty, he could have said, yeah, he was selling drugs. He was doing everything. But he said he don't think that he was doing that. He just overheard some things he don't know. But if he was trying to be bogus, he could have said, hey, he was doing that too. So that's what makes the story even sound a lot more authentic. Hit the like button, double tap the screen, gang. Let's get to 20. We go from 20 to 40 to 50 to 60. But y'all pay attention to what he said. He even said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You know what I'm saying? You can hear the passion in the young man talking. So let's continue. From the, here to there, I didn't know anything. So did your dad? Go ahead. Did your dad transport the victims most often? Oh, absolutely. So more victims than guests. I don't want to call them guests. I would say more guests than victims, okay. But he definitely transported both. Okay. I said damn. Okay. And that was either directly for Epstein, like wasn't transporting Epstein so much as Epstein's victims and Epstein's guests. And the clients. Okay. Yes. The clients. But he was definitely around Epstein. I can remember the one time that I can remember meeting both of them, and I can't even remember Jeffrey hardly at all. But I can remember the conversation in the car where they kept asking how to say Ghislaine's name because it was unusual, and during that meeting, my mom wanted to get the name right.
Debbie there? Hey, you guys, if you guys can hear me, put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. This is getting deep, you guys. All right, so Dev will be back. This is some serious stuff, y'all. I brought up the fact that I wanted everybody on this live to hear this man's story because you know what? A lot of victims were scared to talk because they have been getting threatened. They have been getting a lot of threats. Now imagine a person that's been able to get away with so much stuff throughout the decades of their life. People have always given them grace. We all know that even back in the day, the current president had a track record. He had a record, you guys. He had a track record of getting sued for discrimination. You remember when he got caught on the hot mic talking about grabbing by the you know what. So this is nothing new. This is we can't put nothing past this man at this point.
At all. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I was letting them know that this man has a track record. The current president of the United States has a track record. And no matter how they try to slice it, including his press secretary and her shenanigans of lying, they cannot get around the fact that the people know that he is affiliated with JE. Now, what I believe is people believe JE is the ringleader of the whole thing. He's the mastermind of everything. But from what this man's right here said, it was the current president that ran all of this. So that's a bigger fish to fry, right? So
Yep.
everybody thinking that it's JE that's the one that's the ringleader. Whole entire time it's the current president. Can you believe that?
Hey, anything is possible in this day and era.
My thing is how many people trusted this man and they thought that he was just the best thing smoking. And you know what? Some people out here in the world that will still excuse his bad behavior just because he's Caucasian. You want to go there? They will excuse the fact that he has done a lot of wrongdoing, a lot of nastiness, vile things to people to enrich himself and not care about anybody other than himself because you know he's a narcissist. So when a person has been able to get away with things his entire life, and you have enablers, you have people around him that's feeding his ego, that's taking up for him, that's not saying no. This is what you guys bred, y'all. Y'all bred a monster. This man has became a monster, and then you got all these people, sycophants, that are sitting here just praising him. Nobody has ever really told him, hey, you're a messed up individual. We don't want no parts of you. But the Democratic Party and independents. And just so happen now, Republicans, with some of them, are starting to wake up and smell the coffee. Because guess what? He's cutting off aid from certain states. He's convincing them not to renew the ACA subsidies. So come on now. No matter how you slice it, this man in the White House is not a good person. And this man right here is telling his story, and you guys need to listen.
The whole country brought out that he kept top secret documents.
In his
That wasn't a
bathroom,
lie.
y'all. In his bathroom. Why
In
would you
his
have documents
bathroom.
in your bathroom unless you're sitting on
What's
a
a
commode?
lie and what's crap about that when your own country caught you with it.
Right. And you in the
Has
commode
not one
reading
president ever pulled that act ever.
right, you're on the commode reading classified documents.
Classified documents.
And believe you me,
That's
this
not a
man has
lie.
been enriching himself. He's been enriching himself. He sold this country out a long time ago, y'all. And I feel like that the real people that really,
They
really
just
pay
got
attention
popped.
to
That's
this
all it was.
country.
They got popped. They got
Yep.
popped. They got popped. The whole
Mm-hmm.
ring damn near got popped. They got Putin got shit on them. They got popped. That's all it is.
Yep, and this is the thing. If we're such a great country, why was it so easy for these other foreign countries to invade us, to influence our media, to wave dollars in our politicians' face to get them to do favors?
I said, damn.
Hmm.
Let's continue. Let's hear his story.
Name again?
Her name was Mary Lynn Riley. This would be kind of my third mom because my dad adopted me with a lady named Irene Ursula Lipsky was her maiden name. Mm-hmm. Her name is Peter now. But those two adopted me. He got
That's
divorced
true, Mike.
from Irene in 79 or 80 and almost immediately married Lynn. So Irene may have been involved in some of that, but that would be from a time frame that I don't have clear recollection of. I do have clear recollection of Mary Lynn Riley's involvement, but she died via suicide a number of years ago.
Okay.
That's true, Mike.
Now,
they not who they pretend to be. Soft as a sock.
What are you most comfortable to talk about next?
Now she's asking what is he comfortable.
Let me ask some more questions in terms of the. Now you told me about Trump and about Biggs and about Jordan. I feel like that's important to discuss in details. And let me ask you a question. Do you think it's more helpful for you to talk about what you remember first, when you were first trafficked, the circumstances, individuals involved, or do you want to talk about some of the incidents that we spoke about a bit by email already?
See, Trump must have knew this was coming, gang. He had to know this was coming. He said, fuck it, we finna get everybody up out the country. So everybody, I said, damn, we about to go take oil. We about to do everything so I can cap it, because not only was this about, he was doing it to boys, gang. And we already got a clear picture of him holding Bubba's crotch. Holding, what man hold another man crotch?
Let alone pat it.
Patted
In
his
front of
dangling.
everybody.
Patted his, knocked at the zipper door. Knocked at the man's zipper door, gang. The man
Damien
patted on the
said,
man's zipper door, gang. I said, damn.
Right. Damien said he lose the midterms, we can impeach him. This man is talking about, I don't believe we should have a midterms. Like it's his say so. We all know that the current president or any president has never impeded it was never supposed to be able to impede in our elections because our elections are ran by state basis. Now we also know that the DOJ has been trying to get voter rolls from each state, and a lot of the states, some of them have been saying no. They have that right. So they're suing them to get their voter data. Why do you need their voter data for unless you're trying to plot on something?
Unless you're trying to plot on something.
Exactly.
Them
rich, he said, Damian Howard said, them rich guys, GAY as fuck. All right, now. Yeah, you said it. They closeted. Yep.
Eddie, what do you think is most helpful for you?
Fill in whatever gaps in that I can. I have spoken to you about most of what I remember clearly, but I can give you some of the details with those three, and that's why I am willing to talk about them. You know, there's no. I remember more things, but I just can't I can't give you much in the way of detail for anybody other than those three. I can remember Jim Jordan. I went to a party. This was at a farm. There were I don't know, 25 to 50 people there. I mean, it was a good amount of people, but not a massive crowd by any stretch. But the experience that my dad sold to those people was, if you could pin me, then you could do whatever.
He still calls him his dad, though, gang. He wasn't even his real dad, but he called him his dad after he still did it. Man, come on, man. This is crazy.
He wanted. But my dad had taught me how to fight. He had been a bare knuckle brawler earlier in his life, and I know that he had worked kind of just beating people up for a little extra money at one point in his life. He also entered into like the tough man contest, stuff like that. So it was kind of a game for them, because I was just a child. So you would think that you could just do whatever you wanted, but if they got anywhere near me, I would hit them. And by the time that Jim Jordan assaulted me, I was old enough that those adults.
Jim Jordan. Explain Jim Jordan, Diamond.
Jim Jordan is the video, the photo that I showed you prior.
That we showed you earlier of Cleveland, right?
He is the representative of Ohio that is currently in the House of Representatives and Congress.
Y'all heard that? Did y'all hear that? So the man we showed you earlier, representative of Ohio, that's who he's talking about right now.
Jim Jordan.
Jim Jordan.
Correct.
Knowing by name. Come on, gang. Let's go.
Most of them not being athletic in any way. These are people that, they're not fighters by any stretch. Mm-hmm. They couldn't get anywhere near me. And Jim Jordan just sort of rushed me and tackled me. And I might have known how to fight, but I didn't know how to wrestle. So he assaulted me in front of a crowd, and I think that it was filmed, but I can't swear that it was filmed, but it was in front of those 25 or 50 people.
Almost like the same tactics that, when I listen to his story, it reminded me of MK Ultra, and it was so long ago, so it was probably before they start practicing that type of shit. And it reminds me of Allie Carter. It makes you think that some of the stuff that Allie Carter was saying was true. Because it's these groups of people that pay to have their way with children behind the scenes, and they manipulate them. They get these adopted children, and they do this to them.
Yep, adopted
and they try
children,
to, some of them they're able to manipulate.
runaways.
It's some that it seems like they're able to manipulate, and you'll probably never hear their story. Right. But it's some that just could not take it.
Correct.
It's some that could not take it, and they said, well, let me speak out. And here's one of them.
And you got to look at it, too. Jim Jordan has been accused, once again, of knowing that a coach of a high school, I believe it was a high school.
Thank you for the light.
I believe a gym coach that was molesting men. I think it was a football team, if I'm not mistaken.
Do we got documentation on that?
Yes, I'm gonna bring that up on our next time that we're on live.
Segment 2, so we can make sure
there was a school. I believe he was a coach, assistant coach of some sort of a bunch of boys. I believe it was a football team, but I'm not for sure. But the coach was essaying all the boys, and supposedly Jim Jordan knew about what was going on and didn't say anything.
I said, damn.
So this is he has a history. And when it surfaced in Congress, he called his brother, which I gave you the video of. He called his brother, the victim's brother, one of the victim's brother, saying, "Can you please tell him to renege on what he said so that I won't get in trouble?" Like literally cried to him for he said a half an hour, trying to get him not to speak on it. So this is deep. You gotta look at it. it's not really about race, you guys, but is it not a coincidence that majority of a lot of these SA claims that's been going on in the last 10 years or so
10
have
years.
been from prior years prior than 10 years ago, but they're majority of old Caucasian males. And it's sad that I have to say it like that, but when is that ever going to be addressed? That maybe there might be a sickness that has never been addressed in Caucasian males. So, anyway, let's get back to the story.
Do you think that?
Yes,
I think,
because
I
if you
think,
look
I
at it,
think, I
there's
think black.
multiple
I think
cases.
melanated people got. I just maybe
Correct,
not
but
as
there has
much,
been
but I think
multiple
people are
cases
just
of
sick. It
high
doesn't
end.
matter. I don't.
There,
I think people are just sick. I think people are
but
sick.
I'm talking about high end professionals,
I think
lawyers,
rich people are
doctors.
sick anyway because they can do whatever they want to. And some
Correct.
of them have fetishes and weird
Hmm.
fetishes that they carry when they're young. And when
Correct.
they get money,
Hmm.
they try to fulfill those type of things. You see what
Right,
I'm
and,
saying?
and and and
And
you are right that it's all races that do that, but what I'm saying is it's been a real high influx of Caucasian males doing it lately. In the last 10 years, there's been a lot of pastors getting arrested. There's a lot of public officials that's been
you
getting
can't forget
arrested.
about Puff Daddy.
Yeah, Puff Daddy's one, but I'm just saying, I'm talking about high
They
end
got Puff though. They
professional.
got Puff. I'm just saying.
Right, but there's high end professionals like pastors,
Now
priests.
Mike says they got a guy at my job
Mhm.
the other day, Dub. He was in
In
the
the
ladies'
ladies'
room
room sniffing
sniffing
toilet
toilet
seats.
seats. I said,
What?
"Damn,
Ew.
was he melanated or was he Caucasian?
They've been on a freaky freak
How the
since
hell
slavery
they done caught
days.
the man sniffing goddamn seat? He ought to know they stink already. Fuck you trying to
Ugh.
smell? You know the state. He ain't even seen a woman that went in there. Is he watching? Said both. The
Oh, so he
man
was a
that went
mixed
in the
fella. Okay.
bathroom and smelled the goddamn. You know it's stinking there already. He just smelled.
Right. That's
You
just
can't get some
disgusting.
draws. I said,
That's
damn.
just disgusting. But this is the issue, right? Males never really had a out. Like when it came down to their emotions, they always was told to be tough, don't cry in public, don't tell things that go on at home. Like I'm just saying, I'm not a male, I'm a female, but I'm saying that there this in the last 10 years, if you look at the history in the last 10 years, there have been a lot of arrests for males. Not saying there ain't no women that's doing the same thing, but there are males, a lot of high end amount of males, pastors, priests, doctors, nurses, teachers, public officials. There's people, state officials that are being arrested for SA or C-SPAM, having a possession of C-SPAM. There's no reason why you should have child C-SPAM in your phone. There's no reason why you should be indulging in that type of behavior. But they have been getting away with it because they think that, oh, if I use a fake name or if I use a fake this, that nobody will find out it's me.
They
But you
still
got to
got the
look at
IP
this.
address.
Right. There's so many people that are high end on this technology, they can find out anybody. So you're never gonna not get told if you're doing that type of stuff. So this the thing. Get therapy if you're out here doing that type of stuff. Get therapy.
Mike
See a
said, didn't
doctor.
your mama tell you uh certain stuff you don't do? Damn.
Right. Well, that's the thing. When you're spoiled, some people are spoiled and they feel like they're entitled.
Let's go.
Um,
And how old were
that's
you?
why I remembered. I was around 12.
12.
What up, man, boy?
And of
What
those
up, gang,
25
gang?
people. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
The reason that I remember Jim
I know, right?
first he stood out.
I know
because he
you
wasn't
always
that
there,
much-
bro.
he's
You my
only
guy.
Like 7 or 8 years older than me. So at the time frame that I'm at 12, he is right around just graduating high school, maybe first year or two of college, right? So him being so much younger stood out. And then I remembered his jawline. He has a very pronounced jawline. I remembered his voice, and his mannerisms haven't changed.
The man remembered the person's jawline. That is now.
Now, if you look at his picture, now go back. Hold on, go back real quick, Dove. Pull up that man's picture so people can see that man's jawline. The man got a jawline that's so etched.
Wait, who you talking about?
Jim Jordan. That's who he's
Hold on,
talking about right now.
Let me go back to Jim Jordan. I said, damn, you got me going back.
No,
Let me go.
Just
I want to see the
pull up his
jawline.
picture.
You want to see a motherfucker jawline?
Well,
I said, I know
we
you right
want
though.
people
You
to
right.
pay
Let's look at his
attention.
jawline. I want to see his jawline just so we know we tracking. We got
See?
19 likes. Thank y'all.
That's
I'll get
him
up
right
here.
there.
Let me get to it. Hold on, Dom. Let me get to his jawline.
Mm-hmm.
Now we talking about Jordan, right?
Yep.
Let me get to Jordan jawline. We talking jawlines, y'all. We're looking at motherfucker jawline. We want to know motherfucker jawline. Boy, they do them all type of. This right, Jordan, right? Okay, here you go.
Yep.
Y'all, we finna look at Jordan's jawline. Jordan's jawline. That's gonna be the next live name. Jordan's jawline. I said, damn. Hold on, y'all. There you go, right here.
Yep. Pull it up a little closer for people to see it.
All right, hold on. I'm finna put it in right now.
Mm-hmm.
There go Jordan's jawline. Let's see his jawline.
As you see that man's face, look at that jaw. Look at that jaw.
I said, damn.
Isn't that a coincidence that man has the strongest feature of a jawline I've seen in a very long time?
Double tap the screen for the like button, y'all. You're diving.
And don't you notice that a lot of the men that get founded to be a possibly essayers have that smirk on their same smirk on their face?
Yep, same smirk, old boy. Jim Jawline. That's what we gonna call Jim Jordan Jawline. Jim Jordan Jawline. They gave the boy said the man Jawline. Double tap
And
that
then the
screen. What's
way
going
that
on,
he
George?
speaks, he said the way he talks, his jawline, all that it is what he remembered. Now this man supposedly tackled this little boy to essay him in front of multiple people. He said 20-something people.
And they be looking crazy. They're motherfuckers.
And these people were sitting there watching it. Yeah. All right, so let's go back to his conversation. I just want y'all to look at this man. Look at this man. He's in our Congress right now. This man is in our sitting Congress right now. And all the people that say it's not important to vote, that it's no good to vote, it doesn't mean anything. Yes, it does. Because you could prevent a person like this sitting back in the Congress in 2026 midterms in November. Remember, this man right here, possibly, according to Saschariley, was involved in essaying young boys. Okay? He does not deserve to be in our Congress. So go out and vote. All right? Go out and
George
vote.
said
I'm
he
telling you.
loved Jim Jordan. I said, damn.
I don't think you want to love that type of Jim Jordan. You might be talking about Jim Jones, the rapper Jim Jones. You ain't talking about Jim Jordan.
I said, damn. Let's go. Diamond, we you know what? Let's get it. Double
Jim
tap the screen if
Jordan
you just got it
needs
here.
to be removed from Congress. That's what he needs to be.
Just graduating high school, maybe first year of college, right? So him being so much younger stood out. And then I remembered his jawline. He has a very pronounced jawline. I remembered his voice. True. And his mannerisms haven't changed throughout his life either. So when I really started, as soon as Trump went down that escalator and said he was running for president, I got involved in politics. You know, I started watching it. I started watching who supported him and everything like that. And I remember Jim Jordan just from watching him on the floor of Congress, speaking to the different people that go up there and testify. So and that's him. I just remembered him. So yeah, I know that's not a lot, but
he's gonna have to be careful. That's just my opinion because he gets pretty deep. It's a lot of videos about this. We're gonna be covering that. This is just part one, y'all. We ain't even gonna do part two today because part one is so long.
Right,
So
and we want him to have a voice. Right now, we don't know if these allegations are true or not. But this man has
do you think that he could put himself in danger?
no, because 9 times out of 10, wherever this man is, he knows he's safe. To the point where he can have an interview and tell everything. You know how some people have been violated so many years ago. They're like, you know what? I need to get
Thanks, Mike.
closure.
Band-Aid gang.
I need closure. This is what he's doing. He's getting closure. He knows this stuff happened to him, and he wants closure. He wants this man arrested. He wants these people out of Congress. He said he wasn't even paying attention to politics until they started getting into politics. Until they started going for the presidency and in Congress and all that. Then he said, "Oh well, now I need to pay attention because these are the same people that violated me." But remember, a lot of the victims didn't come forward right away because they got a lot of threats. This man was in the U.S. Army and he changed his name, so he probably has been living a different life just to get away from his name and his past. That could also have protected him as well because he said he has two names. If you listen to one of his videos, he said he had two names, but his legal name is William Saschariley.
Wow.
So yeah, for him to have another name, alias, is
Y'all, we doing
because
this in parts, so y'all need to pay
clearly
attention to
he
everything.
was in fear of himself, but at the same time, whoever this lady is that's having this interview with him, either if she's the therapist or the psychologist. I'm assuming she might be one of the two, or she just might be a damn good journalist. Convince this man to tell his story in parts that can be clear enough for people to listen to and pay attention to what he's saying. Because a lot, like I said, this man's been talking about this for years. For
And we
years.
will be having an open panel tomorrow, everybody. If everything goes right, so people will be able to come up and share their thoughts. We're gonna share this on an open panel double screen, so it's gonna be lit. So let's continue to listen. Let's go ahead.
Actually, you give me a polygraph, I'm going to take it because
What?
I'm 100% sure that it was him. Mm-hmm. And Andy Biggs, I remember, because on the way to, they took me to a house. This wasn't at a party. This was later after I had assaulted Trump. And it was kind of a punishment type of thing where he was going to get to assault me and I guess not pay my parents and he got to do whatever he wanted. And I can remember telling me that I wasn't allowed to fight back or that.
Man. This almost seemed like some damn like Trump never ain't even human. This ain't no human. Regular people don't do this shit. Diamond, I don't understand. Man, there's some sick people out here. Diamond Gang, you there?
Yes, I am. I'm listening to you. Not a request, it a diamond.
Are they human? Are they robots? Are they
Do you actually
aliens?
believe
What's
this?
some alien
Yes, I
shit,
do. I
gang?
believe that this man has been violated and he wants to finally tell his story. He's been telling the story, but
Grown
people
ass
never
rich
paying
men that
attention
don't
to
want to
him.
go get them
This
some
is just like the
snacks.
Katie Johnson story where she filed a lawsuit for
God,
involving the current president and Epstein, and all of a sudden, right before his election, she
I
dropped
see,
the
Doug.
salt, dropped the
George.
suit. And the only reason why she dropped the suit is because she kept getting threats.
Now
Okay.
George said, do you actually believe this diamond?
Yes. I believe that this man has probably been telling this story to a lot of people and telling it. I mean, you look at the post that he made 4 years, 5 years ago. He's been saying the same things. And if a person wanted to lie,
Man, boy, get on top
they
of this
could have
shit.
added so many other variables into his conversation. He's not even doing all that. He's not being real flamboyant about it, and he's not doing all that. So he's really like, look, this is the stuff that I went through. I want to tell people so they can know this is the type of person they have in this White House. This is they want to believe this story, but this is what you need to hear so you can know these people really are bad. So yeah, let's keep listening, y'all. I don't
And
want
then
to.
he
This is
was
not
so
my
smart
story.
with
This
it.
is his.
He was so smart with it. He put a military uniform. This is really the only picture they got out on him.
And this is him as a kid in the far left corner.
I said, damn. Let's get in here, gang.
Kill me, and all of this, but they must have said his name 50 times in the car. So Biggs I kept hearing Biggs, Andy Biggs, and I thought I'm going to remember this name.
All right, all right. Pause.
After he assaulted me, I don't even remember
Pause.
the assault necessarily.
Pause, yes. So, do you guys know who Andy Biggs is?
No.
He's another really, really famous individual. We will be talking about him on the next live. But he mentioned Andy Biggs. That's another name you need to notate.
Andy Biggs. Y'all write this
Andy
down.
Biggs. Write down this man's name, you
Write
guys.
it down, George.
This man's
Andy
dropping
Biggs.
names. He's dropping names. Out of all people in the world, he could have said anybody. He said Andy Biggs.
One
And he
thing we
said
do
the
over
current
here, George,
president.
make sure, let me let George know. George, subscribe to the channel. Because you just getting to know us.
Right.
This is our first time doing this story. But we putting all the pieces together. And when we do that, motherfuckers get in trouble, gang. I can't make this shit up. So now
Right.
we looking at Andy Biggs. We done just went on, what was this, Jim who?
Jordan is
Jim
one.
Jordan
And Andy
and
Biggs.
Andy Biggs. Now we gonna dig into that. Now we not just gonna look up their name, it is that. We gonna goddamn get some paperwork. Yeah, we gonna have a paperwork party.
Right.
We gonna have a paperwork party. That's what we gonna do.
So we're gonna let this man continue to tell his story, you guys. And we're just like you guys. We're listening to his story. Okay? Now we gonna have our opinions. Y'all gonna have y'all opinions. But I would like you guys to comment in the
Now,
comments
did
on
you
what
read
you
what
think.
George said down in the chat?
He said, I have a photographic memory. Oh, do you? So what do you remember? Do you remember what we were just talking about for the last 30 minutes?
Get on his ass. Get on
I
George. Make sure he
actually
equipped.
know
Make
these
sure he
people
band-aid
because
game.
I am a Waffle House king. What does that got anything to do with this situation in this story? I wouldn't care if you was the king of waffles or whatever you
Don't
trying to
do
say.
him all
Ain't got
type of
nothing.
ways, Diamond, because he came in and he said he
But
had new
he
people.
said he the king of Waffle House. Okay,
But
that's
he
good.
did
Good
come
for
in
you.
saying that he knew. He said he also know Neidler, Zetterberg, John Bolton, Bill
I
Barr,
remember people. Okay,
Adam
well, you
Schiff.
remember people. So when you listen to this man speak, you should have your ears open to hear about the people you know, because this man's talking. Okay, and then Mad Boy said, "Oh, I'm researching who Andy Biggs is. He is a lawyer and a politician for Arizona. 76 years old. Don't trust him."
Oh shit, man, boy, what kind of intel you got on him? Read
Right.
into that, man, boy. Keep us posted on that. So we on
Yep.
that. We
See,
tracking.
see how
You know
fast
how many
I see
videos
how
we got to cover?
you see how quick Band-Aid Gang just did research on that man?
Kick you in your ass.
Right. Okay, so let's hear back. Let's hear some more of
Man
what
boy said
Sasha
he
has
don't
to say.
trust him. Man boy, do he look funny? What he look like, man? Does he look funny? We
He
need to
most
know what he
likely
look.
looks.
Do he look like? Do he got
I I
a
have had
strong
my run
jawline?
in with these people, lawfare, malpractice. Okay, well, hey, I mean, it is what it is, right, George? But right now, we want to hear this man's story. We want the audience to understand this is this man's story. I don't want to discredit this man's story because, like I said, this came out of nowhere. I didn't know who this man was. I just so happened to surf social media and everybody's talking about him. So I started doing my research on this man and I'm finding out this man has been a victim just like these women were. Big brain activity, period. I am an operating engineer, professional career. Okay, that good for you. We got a cash app in a if you want to send us some coin. Trolling 101, period. His face doesn't split with my godly anointed spirit. Okay.
Diamond, you get horny off of this type of shit, don't you? This shit get you horny, don't it? You love the pop
All right, he said, George said,
coffee
coffee
shop.
shops and cute waitresses. Okay, all right, now we're getting off subject.
Now you
All
getting
right,
off
anyway,
subject. Let's
um,
continue to
he
rock the
said, you're
show.
a
Let's
veteran
go.
also. Well, thank you for serving. All right, now let's get back to this man's conversation. I'm telling you.
Do not let
Anyway,
her get in her comfort zone. Diamond's
yeah,
gonna get in her comfort zone. We got man, look, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
it's
6, 7 videos. We ain't even through one, and now we got Bigsby. That's his name.
Andy Biggs.
Andy Biggs. Andy Biggs. You on the chopping block? Diamond is not here. It was say Diamond is for no foolishness. Y'all get in here. Let's go, y'all. Let's get into it. We got Biggs on the chopping block.
Being in the car afterwards and being
Andy Biggs.
Really nauseous, sick to my stomach. I was seeing spots, and I mean, the guy beat me until I had broken ribs and was convulsing, turning blue, and stuff like that. And the only part of that assault that I can remember is laying on the floor of the room trying to breathe, and I could hear Andy and my dad screaming back and forth at each other. And I can remember Andy Biggs saying, "You said I could do whatever I wanted," and my dad saying, "I didn't say you could fucking kill him." And I think they may have actually thrown blows over it, but there was a heated argument and everything going on for an extended period of time. And then I can remember being in the car, leaving, and just having my eyes closed because my head was spinning and everything, and I was just trying to breathe, just in and out, Mm-hmm. So that's why I remember him so clearly. I have had more than one encounter with Trump, and that's why I tried to kill that son of a bitch, because he is a fucking monster. It's why I have not shut up about just how absolutely abhorrent he is as a human being, and that's why I tried to kill him. Yeah. Because I had decided, I had already seen enough other people die that in my mind I thought,
hey, Cupcake.
Well, they're just going to kill me too at some point, right? I'm not going to survive to be an adult from this. So in my mind, he was the biggest pile of shit that I had ever had to have any contact with. So I was going to take him with me. And
how often did Trump assault you? Do you remember?
I can remember two specifically. A third one that I think, and I think I was around him more than just those 3 times, but only 3 times do I kind of remember. I can remember at one point him asking the people that were kind of running that party or whatever it was at that farm, he wanted to kill somebody. He wanted to murder somebody. And they said,
and that's when he did that to the dogs. Please double tap the screen, you guys. So that's allegedly when Trump unalived the dogs, right, Diamond?
Correct.
All right, let's continue.
Hey, that's not this kind of party. You can't do that. And they, in lieu of doing that, they said, well, we've got some puppies. If you just want to kill something, we've got to get rid of them anyway. So I can remember him taking those puppies one by one, and like he snapped one of the puppies' necks. He cut one open and let it just howl and writhe in pain while it died. Held one under some water to kill it. He wanted to kill those puppies in whatever gruesome way, to experience, I guess, seeing them suffer in different ways. What his kink is, I guess, if you want to call it that, is watching people suffer. He likes to destroy people physically, mentally during the process of the assault.
All right,
That's
pause
why
real
he
quick.
stands out so much in my memory.
All right.
That sounds very vivid.
Right. And then Mad Boy said Andy Biggs tried to overturn the 2020 presidential election results, and he allegedly in his alleged involvement in events leading up to the January 6, 2021 Capitol attack. See, don't like him, don't trust him. But wouldn't that just be a coincidence that Andy Biggs is trying to help out his dear old friend that has all this dirt on him? Don't you think?
Yeah, that it's
For
getting
this
deep.
man to sit here and mention this man's name and then to find out he also was involved in all this stuff that he's been doing. Come
In the
on now,
January
cool.
in January 6th, 2021, the
Mm-hmm.
Capitol attack.
Correct. So we got 2 + 2 = 4, right? So
Okay.
if them two was friends back in the day and they were violating kids and all
I'm
that
sure.
back in the day, of of course, yeah, of course. Now you gotta look at it. Why they have all these people are sitting there really hell bent on protecting this man in the White House because guess what? He was the person that was getting him in everything. And he's the main one that can sit and run his mouth to the media and to the public and say, yeah, all these people that's in here, they helped me violate these kids. Guess what? Can you imagine the person that you realize is 80 some, what is he, 80 now? 80 years old, knowing he's a lame duck president, trying to enrich himself as much as he can while he's still in there. Know that he ain't got nothing else to lose. And as soon as everything hit the fan, guess what he gonna do? Throw everybody under the bus.
Okay, Cupcake.
All
So I
those
got
people
that
in
documented and I put
Congress.
that in the file, man,
Hmm.
boy. So now
And
we know
you
what
remember
Biggs is.
what Marjorie Taylor Greene said when she had a phone call with him before she retired, because she just recently retired on the 6th of this month from Congress. Now she said that he said that he doesn't want to release Epstein files because a lot of his friends will get hurt. So why would all his friends get hurt and first of all, why are you so worried about your friends getting hurt versus the victims? That tells you enough right there that he ain't no good. He's more concerned about his friends getting hurt. Why would his friends get hurt?
Journey say Carmen's a bitch. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you for coming in. Double tap the
Yeah.
screen for the like button.
Yeah,
See,
make sure you subscribe. But trust and believe. This man knows nobody. He's at the end of his rope, so he's trying to make our life a living he double hockey sticks right now. And all those people that's sitting there hell bent on helping him have some type of connection to the trial trafficking from back in the day. Jim
I see it
Jordan,
now.
Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham is also in Congress. He's also involved in a lot of this stuff. Then you gotta look at it. A
Cupcake
lot of the
said he's
people have
scared.
been.
Cupcake said he's scared of his own name. being up
Mhm.
in the books.
Right. And I want y'all to make your own conclusion about all this too, man, because it ain't just my view. Okay, I'm just telling you my opinion. You guys gotta have your own opinions here. And on our channel, we let you make your own conclusions. Listen to what this man is saying. Okay, go ahead and play it, Dev.
Now, Jeremy said, all this rhetoric trash y'all spewing don't make y'all right.
Well, you can leave the chat.
Y'all getting what I voted for.
How about that? If you ain't gonna be respectful to the chat, you can go on.
Well, he can say rhetoric.
But
He
hold
said
on.
rhetoric.
This the thing, though,
He didn't cuss.
Jerry,
He didn't cuss. We're gonna
Jenny, or
keep him
whatever your
here.
name is. Let's be clear. Yeah, we have a lot of comments about what we're hearing right now, right? And you got what you voted for, because when he takes your social security and he might take your job, or if you have a business and he cut all your business short, okay, you got what you voted for. You are going to be on the food lines with a lot of other people, okay? You are going to be in the back of the bus, riding the bus instead of driving the car, because you're going to have to sell all your cars to be able to survive until we get through this presidency. So I suggest you stop thinking that it's okay and funny to mention that
Nah,
you
keep him,
voted for this
Cupcake. Keep
person,
him here,
okay?
Cupcake. Keep him here. Because he didn't use any
You
foul
can
language.
make sure that it's okay for you to think that it's okay to vote for a person like that. I hear from people all the time talking about I'm conservative. Conservative, look at what conservatives have never done, nothing positive for our country. Ever. Ever. But people will be like, oh, I'm conservative. You mean that you have values in the household? Just say values in the household. Don't say I'm conservative. Because if you listen to what real conservative values are, you wouldn't want nothing to do with that.
Diamond.
Hmm.
Cupcake said, what are the rules for tonight for those ones that don't know how to follow, that don't know how to act like they, like,
As long as they're not saying any salacious or horrible words in the comments, we're good. They can say whatever they want to in the comments as long as it ain't really vulgar. Okay.
yeah. He said, me and Mike got it. But we do want to tell the people that come here, replay game, hey, it's a lot of pages to this. And as we started, me and Diamond been on the back end putting all of this stuff together and making sure, we go back and forth with each other because, we want to make sure that we accurate with what we put out. And studying this, everybody's going to get educated and we're going to be able to pull it out. And at the end of this, we can be able to say, okay, with all the information that's coming in, hey, guess what? This is true or this is false or in between. Because it's always
And
the in
let's be
between.
clear too. And let's be clear, you guys. This situation with the JE files and the current president ain't just Republicans, okay? I wish people would stop putting party involved in this situation because it has nothing to do with party. It has
So
everything
we
to do
got
with
Democrats
nastiness.
also participating in these acts.
Correct. It's not. I look, just because my affiliation is Democrat does not mean that I'm sitting here saying that there was none that was involved in this situation. I'm pretty sure there was. If you're nasty, you're nasty. It has nothing to do with your party affiliation. Okay. We want to make sure the people that are violating children gets arrested. If we can have R. Kelly locked up, okay, we need to have all these other people locked up. If that's the case, release R. Kelly today. Okay. So anyway, all right. Kimberly said, "Okay, well, let's see, be a liberal tonight with no X-rated content, no Yep. Thank
Vulgarity.
you, thank you, girl.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
Let's
let's
go.
let's go.
It's physical pain, and then it's also degrading and all of that. But his thing was to just try to destroy human beings to the utmost that he could possibly do it.
Do you think that?
Why?
Do you think that?
Understand.
Does anybody think in the chat that this could be like they like walking him into an MK Ultra type of situation? Because this is almost looking like They've unalived puppies allegedly in front of him. Um, they broke ribs. They've done manipulating things to him. So it looked like they trying to bring in the MK Ultra, but this is so long ago that they probably hadn't reached that point, because right now it's at the point to where they're letting him see torture, they're letting him see unaliving. It's a mind control type of situation that they're doing to him. Some people are able to break loose. It depends on how strong they mind are. Or can you imagine how many people went through this? Like he mentioned the melanated girl. He mentioned a couple other people that were involved, but they probably wasn't even strong enough to speak out,
Right, and
and probably never will.
this is what I'm thinking. This is part of his healing journey. He's trying to heal from the trauma that he went through. And I'm for it. I'm for it because you when you're a kid, you're subdued to who you're around. And he had his adopted parents basically put him in a bad position. And this is the reason why they need to do more deep checks on people before they say,
Yeah,
"Oh yeah, you can adopt a kid," and you don't know
yes,
that this person's crazy or not.
I was exactly about to say that. They need to, before they give these adopted kids out, they need to do more research into the people that come and adopt them. And I think this is more awareness of that too, that we do speak on this type of shit, because I mean, shit, you know how many children has probably been went through this. Some never said anything because they never had a home, and and they just love to be out of the situation of being an adopted child around so many children. When they find a home, they're willing to accept a lot of things that come to them just because they're at a home now. So it's like, man, oh man, oh man.
So,
I can tell you this: that the last one, and okay, so this was after they had killed the Samantha. This is the black girl that I made the one of the movies with.
Yeah. And these were. Let me just ask a question, just to clarify. So when Samantha was killed, these were all of these parties at the farm or similar locations to the farm?
So they unalived. They unalived one of the girls that was there. Now Cupcake says, oh, he says, oh, they got to go. I won't even bind out anybody out if they have a child charges or if they have domestic violence charges. They can keep their ass in there. So is this like a prison deal, or is this like there's some uh 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 forger going on, like I came in late, the 8 ball. So this person, Cupcake, name is Saschariley, and he's speaking out. He was SA'd by Trump and people in certain parties, and he brought his story out. It's going viral. It's everywhere. It was in the Epstein files. So he's telling his story, and it comes in sections, and he's naming high politicians, all type of people that were involved in essaying him when he was a child. So not only was there little girls, they were also fondling with young boys. So that's his story. He also served in the military. He's mentioned a lot of people. Now this stuff is in the Epstein file. It's still
Right,
alleged.
and then let's be clear: if they are so much quote unquote lying, the victims, why have none of the victims been sued by Trump?
And he's
Why
been
have
telling
none
this
of the
story.
victims
They
been
never put a
sued?
gag on him, nothing.
Thank you. So when people be sitting here saying who's a liar, who isn't, who has control right now of releasing the Epstein files? Why is it 99% of the files still not been released? And that law has been passed well over what now, a month now?
Okay, Mike.
So we got to look at the fact of who's giving guilty vibes here. And you gotta look at it, thousands of victims that was involved in this. We only got what, maybe a handful of people that have came out and spoke publicly. So you gotta look at him sitting here telling his story. He's not gaining anything from this. Nothing. By him telling his story right now, he's telling people that he was SA. He's telling people that he messed with men. He's telling people that he was violated when he was a kid. He's telling people that, hey, these people that are high in position, they're up to no good. He even said he tried to unalive Trump. Why do you think that is? This man is
And Cupcake, this is
traumatized.
just part one. So
Mm-hmm.
y'all tap in because we're gonna be going on every day until we finish this. Some late, some early ones. Uh, some will be at 10, some will be earlier in the day. But we're gonna complete this all type of new stuff. We just really got boots on the ground with what's going on in America tonight, right now,
Right.
um, with the Epstein files, along with what's going on. We also keeping an eye on what's going on in Minneapolis. It's some new stuff popped up, but right now, this right here is cracking a line right open. So right now we're gonna put this together because everything is starting to fall into place.
It was multiple farms.
Multiple farms. And usually it was parties. So there was individuals like Trump that were flown into the parties. And
yes.
then
and they would have like a building, a house, and they would usually have like a tent set up, and it was almost like a little, I don't want to say a fair. It wasn't that big. They didn't have rides or anything, but it was a kind of a coordinated deal, you know. Sometimes they would have the bare knuckle fighting. That probably is how my dad got involved with these people because you've got boxing and stuff like that on TV, but that's really all you had back in the 70s and 80s. The more the MMA type of stuff wasn't allowed, and these fights were a little more gruesome. They didn't fight to the death or anything like that, but they were bloody, and these were fights, and not just boxing. And so the rich people would pay to see that. Sometimes they'd have like a band playing, just like what you would expect at like a fair or something,
So the rich folks would get flown in, associated with Epstein, and they would pay to watch the victims fight. The victims were all underage. And would they pay to then assault the victims after the fights or during the fights? And they paid to torture the victims and rape the victims and kill the victims.
But now some of the fights were adults. So if they had some big old country boy and some other guy, they would pay to see that. They would also pay to watch the kids fight, and they did pay to watch me fight. I would fight other kids, and my dad was my initial trainer for me to learn how to fight. I would later go on to be a boxer, an amateur boxer, but that's how I got my start in all of that. So yes, they would have paid for that.
We got to see on that, Diamond. We got to see.
But you remember what he said, that he used to fight all the people that tried to mess with him, but the only one he really couldn't get off of him was Jim Jordan because he knew how to wrestle and he didn't know how to wrestle like that.
And he did say that, and he had hand. Yeah, he said he could bite. That's
Mm-hmm.
true. So that go back to, okay, so part of that allegedly could be a little true. So this is all rich people flying people out. Probably got airports somewhere in the mountain areas that you can't even look over to go see. I said, damn. So they just sick, bro. That's why I say it got to be organizations, certain clubs.
Yep, and then you remember
To be able to
recently we
participate
just
in this.
found
And
out
this
that
shit
the
goes
current
on in
president.
America, bro.
I just recently found out currently the current president has a club that he has made where people have to pay, I think, $1 million to join the club. If I'm not mistaken. The club is you have to give at least a $1 million, um, I guess, entry fee into the club.
Journey
So
say this crap is hilarious. Y'all think this story is real?
it look. My thing is if you was to tell us a story, you want us to believe you. That goes for you too. Like you want to sit here and say what he's saying is crap. Well, what you saying could be crap too. So like, stop. Anyway,
That part.
George said DOE, CPS, FBI, CIA. Okay, yeah, and they're all compromised.
And the experiences were different each time. There wasn't like a set thing. You never really knew what was going to happen. So, part of it, a lot of it just comes down to money, So if they offered $5,000 to have sex with me, then
Shit, people on the Jim Jones Island didn't believe they was going to drink the Kool-Aid.
So he said somebody tried to pay $5,000 to sleep with him.
I'm reading the comment section. I don't believe it. What about Jim Jones' story?
And Jim Jones has had allegations on him for a long period of time of messing with boys. So
Let's
this
continue.
isn't just the first
my
time I've
dad
heard of
seemed
him messing with boys.
Let's go.
whatever the dollar amounts were, I don't know.
Sasha, that isn't sex. That's sexual assault.
Right.
I mean, I just want to say something first. I think you're extremely brave. You behave extremely strong, like a warrior. And I just want to stop and say it's important to me to say that because a lot of folks, wouldn't even survive such trauma, but you've survived and you conduct yourself with dignity and gracefully and it's important to me to say that. I hope you know that. I hope you have a sense of your own honor and chivalrousness, especially what you told me in terms of drugs they used on you and how they lured you drugged to behave monstrous towards other kids. I understand.
Well, I can remember. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I can remember some arm of law enforcement showing me video of me harming one of the people that they were filming me with. Now, I don't know how that came about, whether they drugged me and I lost my mind or they told me to do it. I don't know the circumstances, but I can remember being in that room and them saying, well, you did this. And it may have not even been law enforcement. It may have been, like the people that were running that. But I can remember being really upset because I had no recollection of having done that. It was me in the video, and I was beating a girl senseless. And I didn't kill her or anything like that, but
Yeah.
So, and I have a feeling, this part I can't prove because I only have my own experiences, but what the whole thing seems to be is that they first abuse you, then they get you on film abusing others, and now they have you trapped as well.
Yeah.
So you can't talk about the abuse that they did to you if they want you to be a legacy victim, somebody that they can use in the future. Well, then they've got to get you on tape doing monstrous things to other people as well, because now they have the leverage to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, no, and you know what? You're exactly right. That's exactly.
And that's what I just discussed a little bit earlier. I said the same thing.
Yep.
They get you
See what he
this
just
type of
said?
stuff and they record it and they hold it against you. And now you're scared to speak out because you're scared that type of stuff is going to come out on you. That happens a lot. That happens in the music industry.
Mm-hmm.
That happens in these secret societies. It's like an initiation. So a lot of initiation is recorded. And they do that to hold that type of evidence over your head so you don't speak out. And I think a lot of these guys have that type of shit going on in these secret societies. So I think everybody has dirt on everybody. So it's hard for one to even want to cross that line.
Right. So
Otherwise, they don't know who's gonna leak the information because You
Mm-hmm.
think that you never know what a leak of information comes from. And
Right, but that's what I was saying too. That this goes all back down to blackmail. There's been a lot of people blackmailing
that's
folks,
the proper word
and
for it,
it has
blackmail.
been coming out lately more than ever that we have been being blackmailed, and quote unquote allegedly Israel has something to do with that as well. But that's down the line of conversation. But
Oh
right
yeah,
now,
a lot of countries, not only Israel, Russia.
Russia too. Yep.
I don't. I think China is more really secretive of how they do their thing. I'm not
Mhm.
sure, but how China is. But we know Russia can be just as messy as
Mhm.
America. So,
Right, right. But
with
imagine
that
them
being said,
saying we're the home of the free and we have to pay taxes. Say that we're the home of we're a good place to live. But it's not, because we still have like the healthcare industry. You got insurance companies gouging and ripping people off of their money, saying I, this is not a good country right now. Nothing great about it. We're
I don't think America that's something that you can say right now. I
right
don't think
now.
this
I'm
country
saying
has
right
been.
now, currently,
I don't think this
when
country
it
has
comes
been.
down to like if gas prices, food, healthcare, essentials that you need. Right now, we're struggling. It is not, and people are losing their
Yeah,
jobs left to right. So anyway,
absolutely.
let's
So
get
we
back
getting
to
down to this, y'all. We gonna probably watch another 30 minutes of this video.
yep.
And we still got 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to continue with us. And
Mhm.
like I said, we're going to continue to keep a track on what's going on right now because this is important. It's a lot of stuff going on in our country, and we got a president in office that has broken a lot of rules, and
Mhm.
everything is starting to surface right now. So we just, we're not. Everything is alleged under Act
Right.
107, and we're not. We're trying not to be biased. We're just going through the motions of just listening to these people's story, and it sounds bad. So don't think that we definitely, if it's not right, we're gonna speak on it. And Diamond, no, I will speak on if it's kind of funny to me. Like, hold
Mhm.
on, I'm gonna speak on it. That's just what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And be honest, I'm gonna be honest with you. Dove don't really like talking politics. I'm the one that's the politician, the politic head over here. Okay,
Absolutely.
and I'm the one that said, "Hey, we need to cover this because you know what? I am tired of victims not being heard." Okay.
And another thing, if I could piggyback off of you, and I don't like really discussing politics, but with what's going on in America, I had no choice. I had to, this is happening right in my front door, right in my window right now. Now they're knocking at the door. Now I'm seeing people in Minnesota getting, just got unalive, and a lot more. The things that are happening at the border, it's getting intense now. It's not that I don't like politics. It's just I have to speak on it now because it's knocking at my door. It's knocking at everyone's door right now. You can only go so far looking at celebrities and all of that shit. They're programmed too. This is what's making law. This is what's going on in our country. We're facing war right now. So it's up close. So that's why I'm right here speaking on it now because it's
Right.
up close. Yeah, I do my celebrity thing. Long live Dolph. You got
Mhm.
all this nonsense going on in the industry, but them people aren't really important on what's actually what we're getting taxed for, what our food
Mhm.
prices are going up for. This is important.
And do you know
This
that
is important
he's
right
been
now.
having, while everybody's struggling and going through things, this man has had luxury parties with people wearing dog masks on so that they won't be identified at the parties. Everybody's wearing dog masks. Ain't
And
that
they have
awkward?
movies
Ain't
like
that
that. And
weird?
they put a lot of stuff in movies like that, Diamond. Like these weird movies. Sometimes y'all watch on Netflix, it'd be a room full of people with dog masks. Remember that movie we watched, Angel? They had them dog masks, horn. No,
What
it
are
was
you
a
talking
yeah.
about?
It
Mask
it
though.
was a movie. It's a movie out.
Pig mask.
Yeah, no, not the pig mask. It was a movie where this man and his wife was on these back roads in the desert in California. They booked a hotel. They went to the hotel. They got them the room. They was in the room, and all of a sudden, they unalived the man. They snatched the woman. They took her to a barn and it was all kind of people that was booking that hotel room, and they was taking them to a barn, and they were taking and they put the women in cages, and the women were in. Now this is in California, out in the desert. They put them in cages, and they were taking the body parts and stuff like that, and selling them and for food, and then they were impregnating the women. But the people that were walking around had all kind of pig mask on, bunny rabbit masks on. All of them had these weird masks on. You couldn't tell who it was. So this type of shit goes on. What's up, goddess? This type of stuff
Hey,
goes on.
so
That's what they put a lot of stuff in movies, and I was seeing that be in movies, but this shit actually goes on.
right,
Those
and
little
then you
back
gotta
roads, and
look
me
at it.
being a
It's a
truck
lot
driver,
of
I see it all the time. These
right,
little
and
back roads and shit that
mm-hmm,
in the desert where people aren't able, regular people can't go. The desert is so big, ain't it, babe?
Like in Arizona,
right. We just have a situation now where
I look at
we
all
can't
of
trust our own government, you guys. We cannot trust our own government, and it's sad how far we went forward, and then now we got knocked back. I don't know how many years because of the rhetoric and the untameness of this current administration.
Yeah, but people don't think this don't go on. It
Mm-hmm.
goes down. Like
Yep.
it goes down. You just not the one. You're just not that victim. People don't think, until it's them. Children don't know they're gonna get kidnapped. The parents crying their child is kidnapped. Until that shit hit close to home, people take it as a joke. Until it hit close to your home.
Right.
Until it
I
hits
think
you,
that's
you don't
that's the
think
problem. And you
it can
see
happen.
some
But
that,
this
but
shit happens. It's sick people out here.
right. I think that's the biggest issue I have. Right with it is a lot of people only concerned about their family, themselves, and that's it. They don't care about everybody outside. They don't care about their neighbors. They don't care about family. Half of them don't care about their own family members because they're selfish. And we're just at a crossroads at this point because we have a lot of people that are really low key, closeted racist, closeted pedo apologists. There's no reason why you should be making up excuses for someone that commits SA. If it's for a woman or a man, there's no reason to make excuses for them. But lately, that's all we've been hearing is excuses for people's wrongdoing because they want to normalize it. Mhm.
You think
Yeah.
because and power, don't look at them as regular people. Look at them
Right.
like gods, and
And you
they're
gotta
not
look.
gods.
Right, and
We
you gotta
looking
look
at
at
people with
this
money as
man.
gods. We're not looking at them regular anymore. And
Mhm.
we got to stop worshiping these people just because they got money. Because they
Exactly.
don't give a damn about you because they don't know you.
Right, and then you gotta
You
look at
don't
the
know
current
them. They
president.
don't know you.
Right, and the current president supposedly. I don't know if he pushed his ex-wife down the flight of stairs, but she fell down the flight of stairs, got unalive. He buried his own ex-wife in his golf course because he didn't want to pay taxes. If that don't tell you how
Now
gruesome
say
this
that
man
again. Let
is,
the people know about this. I don't think they heard you because we were
this
just in the middle.
man buried one
Rephrase
of
that.
his ex-wives,
Now tell the story right. Who was the man? You said this man.
the
We
current
need to know the
president of the
man name.
United States,
The president of the United
Cheeto
States. Did
Leany.
y'all hear what she said?
Cheeto Leany has been married 3 times. One of his wives.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Diamond. Don't nobody know who Cheetah Leedy and all that shit is.
Okay, well, Trump. I'm gonna just say his name because normally I
Okay.
won't even give that man the grace of saying his name, which his real last name is Drumpf. It's not even Trump, but let's go get into that. later.
Okay.
He
Okay.
has his last name really is Drumpf. But anyway, but he's been married 3 times, and one of his
Trump has been
ex
married three
wives
times.
3 times. One of his ex wives fell down a flight of stairs and got unalived. After she was unalived,
How did she fall down the flight of stairs? I said, damn.
I believe he pushed her down them damn
And now
stairs.
that's
But
what I was
hey,
thinking, allegedly.
allegedly, we don't know. But she fell down the flight of stairs and she unalived, and he buried her on his golf course. He doesn't even keep that golf course cleaned up or nothing. Grass growing all over the stone and everything.
He buried his ex-wife on a golf course.
So you wouldn't have to pay taxes on it. And it's a tax write off.
Is there proof of that?
It's a tax write off on your
Is
on
there
your
proof of that?
Yes.
I
Yes, look
need
it up. Yes, we will bring it up on the next live. This
that's
man
on the next
buried
live. We gotta see
he
that.
buried his
So
ex-wife on his
Trump
golf
buried
course
his ex-wife on a golf course, gang.
so he would not have to pay taxes. Is
I
it
said,
and you
damn.
know that you could bury somebody on your property and you no longer have to pay state taxes on it after it's considered now a burial ground? Hmm. A lot of people
No,
don't know
no,
that.
no, no, no. Somebody said he been married. He what did he say? It said he had been divorced for a long time.
He's remarried now to Melania, but what I'm saying is one of his ex-wives is buried in his golf course.
Wow. Somebody
Hmm.
put true. George put it's true.
Yep. Now he has to now you gotta look at it. He no longer has to pay taxes on that property anymore.
George,
That
did you
land.
subscribe to the channel, George, and hit the notification
That's
bell?
too much. Get
Did you subscribe, George?
okay. But yeah, so he's been married 3 times. Exactly. He's been married 3 times. I said one of his ex-wives. So imagine how Melania probably think this man might throw me down some flight of stairs. You never know. He
Hey,
might just get some.
I think his wife is I think his wife is a handler for Putin.
I think so too. You never hear her talk. All this allegations that's coming out about this man, you don't hear her really say anything about
I
it.
ain't seen her this whole
And
year. I ain't
and
seen
listen,
that woman one
and
time.
hey, listen to this. She's also being sued right now by Michael Wolff, the journalist that has
Where his
at
wife been
least
at? I ain't
a
even seen a
hundred
wrinkle.
hours. Michael Wolff he's a journalist. He has at least
Where's
a
Trump's
hundred
wife
hours
at,
of
Diamond?
listen. Michael Wolff has 100 hours of audio tape from Epstein. Okay, this journalist was emailing Epstein like he
Thanks,
was close
George.
into everything, and he sued Melania Trump for $1 billion because she threatened to sue him for $1 billion if he didn't stop talking about her being involved with Epstein. So Michael Wolff got so much intel and so much information, he turned around and sued her first. She threatened him. He actually sued her.
Don't Trump wife look like she might be a reptilian?
I think that she's I don't know what she is, but my thing is that's the reason why you don't threaten people
She
with a
don't seem
lawsuit
like a
unless
human
you're really
being
gonna
to me.
file a
I get
lawsuit,
funny vibes from her.
because she tried to threaten this man with $1 million lawsuit and he turned around and sued her for the billion
I
dollars.
said,
A
damn.
$1 billion lawsuit, I'm sorry. She was gonna sue him for $1 billion, and then she never filed. She just said, "Hey, I'm sent him like a cease and desist letter," and he turned around and he sued her.
Mm.
So now he's like basically trying to serve her, and she's saying that she lives in Florida. She don't even live in Washington D.C. So he's filing. I believe he filed in New York. She's trying to dispute the fact that she don't live there in the state.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. But okay, let's listen to the rest of this, and then we're gonna call it a night. I
I
gotta get up in
can't
the
die, but we
morning.
gotta cut it down. As one.
All right now.
Band-Aid gang, look. Thumbnail coming out tomorrow. Another exclusive. We will finish this one off tomorrow. We're gonna do two. We're gonna do this. The last look, gang. Let me show y'all right now, gang. Ain't no motherfucking way. We got a long book to write, and we finna make history on this shit. Hold on, let me please.
Right, and then you know what? Our
What?
next live, we gonna have some rest in us, where we can
Hold on.
really,
We already
really
got. We
thoroughly
got. We
talk.
got. We got. We got. What's his name? Start with the B. Briggs.
We're talking about Andy Biggs.
Andy Biggs. So we gonna
Andy
do our
Biggs.
research on Andy Biggs coming tomorrow.
Yep.
We got Andy Biggs. Hold on, let me show y'all right here. Let me take this off.
And then we're gonna find out about what Sasha said about what he did to Trump. Now, I ain't gonna go into detail what he said, but let's just be honest. If you go on your backside and you lay on your stomach,
Look at this. This just to let y'all know. Look at that line. Man, look at that line. All the way to the end. I said, damn. We just made it.
mm-hmm.
Gang. Oh man. Oh man.
Yeah,
It's
we
going
still
down.
got plenty to go, man.
And we got video after video. So we got Biggs. We updating you on that tomorrow. We gonna follow
Right.
this Epstein case like y'all ain't never seen before.
Hey, and then everybody in the audience, you guys go ahead and do your own personal research on this man right
Please.
here. And when you come to our live tomorrow, I want y'all to be in the comments throwing your little ones twos, or you can also come in and say whatever you need to say. And
And we will be on an open platform. So some of y'all want to come up and express yourself, please feel free to.
the only reason why George, the only reason why that man wanted to become president is because he didn't like the fact that Obama got so much attention that he got.
Mike,
And
come
you
up.
got to
Man,
look
boy,
at
come up.
Obama is related to all the presidents, but maybe one or two.
And
They're
you want
all
to bring that
cousins.
out too? Do you want to show how they're all related?
Yeah, we could do that too as well.
Let's bring that out. Let's show how all the presidents are related. Let's do them all type of. Diamond, you put me in this shit.
I did. And
You
tonight
got
has
me
been
one way
kind of a
or
little
another.
rocky because I'm a little tired. But guess what? Tomorrow I got plenty of time, y'all. We own it like donkey nuts, okay? Up in this piece.
Donkey
So
nuts. I don't know about no goddamn donkey nuts. I ain't on no donkey nuts, gang. You can be on a donkey nut. You can put me on a donkey coochie before you put me on a donkey nut, gang. I ain't getting on no donkey. I don't know nothing about
we
Diamond. Want to
own it
get
like
Diamond
donkey
and
nuts.
Angel on donkey nut? I don't do the nuts, gang. I said, damn, I ain't doing no donkey
Yeah.
nuts, gang.
We
I
own it
can't do
though,
no
man.
donkey nuts. You don't put me in that category of donkey nut.
Okay, well, I'm saying I'm on it like donkey nuts. How about that?
You can be on it like a donkey nut. I ain't going on no donkey nuts, gang. I
So that
said,
means we're
damn.
gonna come
You
with
try
it.
to
We're gonna
put me
come
on
with
a
that facts
donkey nut. We in
tomorrow,
this like
and
donkey
we
nut.
we
I don't know
definitely,
about no donkey nut, gang.
that's my lingo. Okay, that's not your lingo. That's my lingo.
I said, damn. She tried to put
But
me on
see,
a
hey, don't be
donkey nut.
stealing
Now,
my
what?
phrases, y'all. Don't be stealing my phrases because I come with it, man. Anyway,
Gang,
tomorrow
we got
when we
pages and
come out,
pages
we're
and
gonna be
pages and
coming with the
pages of this shit.
exclusive. We're gonna be continuing to talk about Saschariley, and we gonna get into deep discussions about this, y'all, because this is the thing. If we all come together, no matter what party we belong to, if we all come together and say this is wrong, and we need to get these people out of office, we really need to focus on that. Okay, we got elections coming up in months. We got midterms in November coming up. So we really need to focus on knowing all the details we need to know so that when we go in that booth, we make the right decision.
Yeah. So y'all stay tuned. Thank you guys for subscribing. George, everybody, Mike, thank you, man boy. Thank all my mods, Mike, man boy, Cupcake for coming in, all my mods for holding it down. Hey man, we love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. You know we bring y'all to some exclusives. Hey y'all, hey, please make sure you hit the notification bell so y'all can be in the live tomorrow. I will be putting the thumbnail up. I might put more than one thumbnail up. It depends on my location, just so we have everything documented and we know where we're going as we go on this journey. to really get into the life of Sasha Riley, y'all, and what happened with him and Donald Trump and Epstein. Again, this is all alleged under Act 107. We please pray that you guys hit that like button. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you, Diamond, for just being so educated as you is,
Yes,
and
yes, yes,
just pointing
yes.
us in the right direction. This is viral right now. Everybody is looking into this. So we
Cup,
just keeping everybody aware.
Cupcake said my insurance a month is almost as high as my car payment. This is outrageous. See, that's what I'm saying. We don't ever hear them talk about we're gonna go sue the insurance company.
Watch
We're
this.
gonna
Go ahead. Journey, did you subscribe to the channel, Journey? Journey, did you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can come in and feel free to say what you need to say tomorrow?
right. And that goes for anybody else that's watching our
Because
channel. Go
Journey
ahead
been here.
and
Journey been here
subscribe.
for about an hour. He said, "No." Nah.
But you listen to us though, so we're entertaining to you, clearly. Where are
I'm
you
about to
from,
subscribe to
Diamond?
your
I'm
channel,
from
Journey.
space, George. I'm from space. Don't ask where I'm from. I'm from space. Um,
Nah, she said, "Did I see her comment about Teron Ingram?" Hold on, let me see. Cupcake said something about Teron Ingram. That's considering the Dolph case. C Dub, we need to talk about Dolph because Teron was in court on the 14th, and Dolph's cousin that was on the trial. Okay, hold on, gang. C Dub, we need to talk about Dolph because Teron's was in court on the 14th, and Dolph's cousin that was at the trial, who was in the car with Teron, aka Car Ginger, they let him off probation.
oh wow.
So they let Teron Ingram off probation. I said, damn. Cupcake, hit me in the email. Let me get that.
Right, right. That's more intel, y'all. All right, Diamond, you would make a wonderful victims advocate. You know what? You'd be surprised at the things that I've been through in my life. I just don't talk about stuff. But I probably would be a good victim advocate. I would be able to talk to people about things that I know I've experienced and um yeah, that could be down the line something I might get into.
Cupcake, can I call you tomorrow? I'm gonna read your
Oh,
comment.
he said
Thank you.
I subscribed. See,
Thank
we
you,
knew you were
Journey.
a fan.
Thank you, Journeys. Don't
He
say that, Diamond. You gonna run him
see
off.
see no no see he want to be a Band-Aid gang. He want to be a part of Band-Aid gang.
He be listening. He been here for about an hour or two.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, gang. Thank you,
Yep.
gang. We try to stay with the algorithms. This one
Eh,
started off slow, but it's gonna get bigger. All our other content that we've been sharing, we've really been covering what has been going on in Minnesota, a journey. So, and that's been running up numbers for us. But this is important to stick to. We bounce back and forth, but I think I want to just stay here because what I'm seeing right now that this shit is gonna run up because once we get onto something, it
mm-hmm.
runs up, and this has page after page after page. So we're going to give this a try. We're going to look more into this. We can go over there and talk about Minneapolis because it's what people are talking about now. That's cool.
Right.
But
And we can
we take
definitely
shit
talk
and
about both.
transform it.
We can definitely talk about both because both of them is very valuable to us right now. And I'm gonna tell you guys, everybody in Minnesota, please, 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 please just stay at home, man. Don't even protest right now. This man
Thank you,
wants
Journey.
so badly to invoke the Insurrection Act. He wants so badly to try to take over Minnesota. This is really just a vengeance tour because he hates the fact that Vance. I mean, well, not Vance. I'm sorry, not Vance, but
Who the
Tim
hell is
Walls.
Vance? That's
Oh,
somebody
I'm
you
sorry,
dated
sorry,
or
sorry.
something.
No,
Who the hell is Vance?
I said I didn't mean to say Vance. I was talking
Who
about
is that?
Tim. That's the current vice president, but
Oh,
Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, ran to be the vice president of the United States with Kamala Harris. and he just wants to try to take bully Tim Walz, right? But you realize, you see, he ain't saying nothing about Kamala. He ain't talking about her at all. You know why? Because karma's coming, baby. Karma's coming. But let's be honest. Tim Walz, he said he's not running again. All these allegations about fraud or whatever. Come on now, I'm not trying to hear nothing until y'all address the person in the White House. Okay, so all that stuff is alleged. It's being debunked. But he wants to try to take over Minnesota. He wants to try to take over all the Democratic states. We all know that it's all a vengeance tour. But eventually, the pendulum will swing left, and then what?
All right,
all these
Diamond.
people going. All these people going to jail. All these people going to prison. That's all I gotta say.
Well, let's just pray that we get justice somehow, man. That people be held accountable for their actions. So, hey y'all, make sure y'all spam that like button. This is Band Aid Gang. I'm
Yeah.
C Dub, Mr. I ain't said a word, but you know what
All
I'm saying.
right. All
I
my
said damn
enemies.
with the real angel and the
Please.
Diamond Gang.
Hello. He said, George said, leave these ICE agents alone. Please let them do their job. They're not just doing their job, they're actually using a lot of unnecessary force.
Well, go
So,
look exactly. Go look at my last video that I just did, George, and go look at the acting scene that they look at the acting scene they got going down. They got Trump got actors down there, so it's a lot of fake news. Like he said, he came out with that fake
mm-hmm.
news shit. So he's the creator of that. And go look at the fake actors on the crime scene to make shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We did that too. So y'all spam that like button. Thank you, man, boy. Love you. Thank
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
man, boy,
yeah.
for
And
here.
then we have somebody just came in and said, just curious, I'd love to get into an argument with someone who knows not a bit what they're talking about. Well, you too late because we're going to bed. So
I
you might
said
want
that,
to
and
catch
you know
us on
what?
another
But we
live,
know a
yo.
lot of what we talk about. Come on in tomorrow. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Pay attention to the
Yeah, bring
post.
your ass.
Yeah, bring
Excuse
your
my
ass over
French.
here so we can knock the rubber out the elastic in your drawers. I said, damn. Y'all hit that
Yeah.
like button, spam it, lay on it, punch it, do whatever you do. Hit that like button before you leave. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We got a long journey to finish going, y'all, but we gonna keep y'all updated on what's going on here in America right now at the present time. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Peace and love. It's your boy C Dub, Mr. I ain't said a word, but you know what I'm saying. And I said, damn, with Diamond Gang in the building and the real angel. And
Yep.
we
Good
are
night, y'all.
out. Band Aid Gang.
See you, Diamond.
Peace.